exploring integers. So this is your first taste of getting to work with positive and negative numbers. So the main thing that's new is the negative. All right, so with exploring positive and negative integers, a lot of times they'll give you like word things and you're supposed to just express it as a positive or negative. So as you listen to them, think about, am I gaining this or am I losing this? If I'm gaining, it's a positive. If I'm losing, it's a negative. Okay, so how would it express I earned $100? Well, it would just be I earned it, so I gained it, so plus $100. Okay, 12 below 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, well, if it's below, that's a pretty good indicator that it's going down. So that would be a negative 12 degrees Celsius. Okay, and then what they're doing is they're just asking you to represent them with a positive or negative integer. A debt of $25, well, if it's a debt, do I have that money or do I owe that money? I owe it, so it's a negative. So negative $25. Okay, an 80-foot gain in elevation, keyword gain, so that's what I'm gaining it, so it's a positive. I think it was 80. I lost 5 pounds, well, keyword lost. Did I gain it or lose it? I lost it, so it's a negative 5. Okay, so these are just different ways to represent numbers using positive or negative numbers. So just look for those key things. Am I gaining it or am I losing it? Is it above 0 or is it below 0? Okay, if I've gained it, it's a positive. If I've lost it or it's below, it's a negative. All right. So now we're going to talk about opposite. Okay, so we're going to use a number line quite a bit for this section. Okay, number line, we've got 0. All right, so the opposite of an integer, so what's the opposite of positive 3? Well, there's 3. When I mean the opposite is basically what is on the other side of the number line that's the same distance away from 0. Well, the opposite of positive 3 is negative 3. Okay, so it's just a matter of flipping the sign. The opposite of negative 10, positive 10. The opposite of positive 2, negative 2. The opposite of negative 1, positive 1. It's just flipping the sign, okay? All right, the other thing that you're going to talk about in this section is absolute value. Okay, and back to our number line. Actually, I'll just stick with 3. So we've got positive 3 and negative 3, okay? All right, so absolute value, and you'll see absolute value written like, and then 2 lines around it, okay? These 2 lines mean absolute value. And really absolute value, all it is what is the distance negative 3 is away from 0? How far is it away from 0? Well, here's 0. How far away is it? 1, 2, 3. Okay? The absolute value is negative 3 is 3. Okay? Absolute value is always, always, always positive. All it wants to know is how far away. Doesn't even matter what direction, just how far away is it from 0. The absolute value of negative 3 is 3. The absolute value of positive 3 is 3. Okay? So the absolute value is just whatever that number is positive. If the number's always if the number's already positive, then it just stays positive. Okay? So the difference, opposite of a number, the sign just flips. Okay? Absolute value of a number, it's just always positive. Okay? That's the 2 main things you need to know. Oh, they may ask you, write the 2 numbers that have the given absolute value. So that might be like, okay, so what 2 numbers have the absolute value of 2? Well, remember absolute value, it's got those 2 things, 2 lines. Well, 2 has an absolute value of 2, and negative 2 has an absolute value of 2. Those are the 2 numbers that are exactly 2 away from 0, just going in opposite directions. All right, so good luck with this section.